Quick question, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever been in a conversation in English? Going well, actually going well. And then someone says one word you don't know, one word, and suddenly the whole thing starts to unravel. Your smile gets a little fixed. You're nodding, but you're not listening anymore. You're translating. And somewhere in the background, your brain is playing that low alarm sound.
Beep, beep, unknown word detected. Abort mission.
Haha, yes, exactly that. And the wild thing is, you probably knew 95% of what they said, but that 5% took everything down.
One gap, one moment, and suddenly you feel like you don't speak English at all.
But here's what we figured out, and this is what today is about. That feeling, it's not actually a language problem. It's a confidence problem. And confidence works differently than most people think.
Today we're going to show you how, and by the end you're going to have something real. Not motivation, not quotes, a system, 5 steps, built for actual life.
Stay with us. This one is different. Welcome to English with Ava. I'm Ava, and I am genuinely so happy you're here today because this topic, confidence in English, is one I care about personally.
And I'm Noah, and I want to say something before we start. If you're watching this, you've already done the hard part.
Say more.
You showed up. Most people with a language goal say, I should practice more, and then don't. You're here. That already makes you different.
That's true, and we see you. Before we get in, we'd love to know you a little. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and one situation where you want to feel more confident in English. Work? Meeting new people? Phone calls? Tell us. We read every single one.
We actually do. Right, let's go.
So, confidence. Let's start with killing a myth.
Please, which one?
The one that says confident people don't feel nervous.
Ah, the just be confident advice.
Right, as if confidence is a switch you flip. Like, oh, I simply decided to stop feeling nervous. Problem solved. Thank you.
As if fear is a polite guest that leaves when you ask it to.
It never leaves when you ask it to. It just sits there eating all your snacks.
Fear eating your snacks is the most accurate description I've ever heard.
Real confidence is not the absence of fear. Real confidence is taking the step while fear is still in the room. That's all it is.
And that changes everything, because if you're waiting to feel confident before you try, you might wait forever.
Forever. Or next Monday, which is the same thing for most people.
Next Monday, the most visited destination that nobody ever actually arrives at.
I lived there for 6 months once. It's beautiful. Nothing ever happens.
Okay, but this raises a real question. If confidence isn't a feeling you wait for, where does it actually come from?
Evidence. That's the answer. Confidence is built from evidence. Your brain doesn't believe nice speeches. It believes what you've actually done.
So if you keep saying, I want to speak confidently, but you keep avoiding every real conversation opportunity.
Your brain notices the gap, and the gap makes you feel less capable, not more.
But the opposite is also true. Every small thing you do, every call you make, every sentence you push through, every conversation you stay in, that's evidence, and evidence builds conviction.
Conviction. We love that word. Not loud confidence, quiet certainty built from proof.
And the thing about conviction, it doesn't vanish when things get hard, because it's not based on a mood, it's based on a record.
A record of showing up, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it wasn't perfect.
So confidence is literally just keep a record, keep the evidence.
That's it. Simple. Not easy, but simple. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because a lot of people have a confidence problem that's actually a self-trust problem.
What's the difference?
Okay, self-trust is your belief that you can rely on yourself, that when you say you're going to do something, you'll actually do it.
And what happens when you don't?
Every time you break a small promise to yourself, practice today, I'll speak up in today's meeting, I'll send that message, and then you don't, your brain files it.
Like a very organized, very judgmental assistant, logging everything.
The most passive-aggressive assistant in the world, just silently noting, didn't do it again. Interesting.
And over time, those little notes become a story that says you're someone who doesn't follow through.
And once that story's running, confidence becomes almost impossible because deep down you don't believe you'll actually do the thing.
So the fix isn't motivation. It's not a pump-up playlist.
It's follow-through. Tiny, consistent follow-through. You say you'll speak one sentence in the next conversation. I'll record 30-second voice note today. I'll write 3 sentences in English before I sleep.
And when you do it, your brain files that too, and slowly the story changes. You become someone who does what they say, someone who can be trusted by yourself.
And that is genuinely one of the most underrated paths to confidence I know.
Same, and it connects to something we want to talk about, the language you use about yourself. Because the story isn't just actions, it's words.
Okay, pause. We're halfway through, and I want to give you the thing that might actually change how you think about this today. One word, just one word that you might be using right now that is quietly limiting you. We're going to tell you what it is right after this next part. Stay with us. Right. Language. Because one of the most common things we hear from English learners is, I'm not a confident person.
Or, I'm just not good at speaking. Or, I'm the kind of person who goes silent in conversations.
And here's the problem with those sentences. They're not descriptions, they're decisions.
When you say, I'm not a confident person, you're not describing a permanent truth. You're describing a habit that can change.
But your brain hears it as a verdict. Case closed, that's who I am.
And here's the word we promised you, the one word that changes everything.
Yet.
I'm not confident yet.
I don't speak easily in groups yet.
I can't stay calm in interviews yet.
That one word reopens the door. It tells your brain, this is current status, not permanent identity.
I tested this once. I had a student who kept saying, I'm terrible at small talk, and I asked her to add yet. She laughed. She said it felt strange.
And then, 3 weeks later, she told me something had actually shifted, not because of yet, but because yet had kept the door open enough for her to try. And she did.
That's the thing about language. It shapes what you attempt. If you believe the door is closed, you don't reach for it.
And the door is never as closed as your brain tells you it is.
Never. Now, the other thing about self-language is what happens after a mistake, because this is where most people lose the most ground.
The replay.
The Night Mile cinema, your brain, director, and audience showing nothing but your most awkward moments on a loop.
No popcorn, no happy ending, just your worst scenes on repeat.
And here's what happens. You say something odd in a conversation, or you lose your word mid-sentence, and for you, it's a headline.
For them, it was background noise. They forgot it in 90 seconds.
We genuinely think we are the main character in everyone's memory. We are not.
We are not. Mildly disappointing, but mostly liberating.
Mostly liberating, yes. So the shift is, when a moment goes badly, don't ask, why am I like this? Ask, what's the lesson and what's the next step? One question attacks you, the other one guides you.
Okay, part 4, and this one is quick, but it matters. Because even when your thoughts are building confidence, your body can still undermine everything.
Before you say a single word.
Exactly. How you arrive in a conversation, your posture, your breath, how fast you speak, it communicates something before you've opened your mouth.
And a lot of learners, when they feel unsure, make themselves smaller, lower the voice, rush the words, add unnecessary apologies.
Sorry, this might be wrong, but maybe if it's not too much trouble.
The full apology tour before the actual sentence.
And every apology actually signals to the other person and to yourself that your words don't deserve space.
So instead, before you speak, one breath, one slow breath, not a dramatic pause, just a moment that tells your body, I'm okay, I'm here, I have something to say.
And slow your pace a little, not robotic, just enough to not outrun your own thoughts.
A pause can say, I'm allowed to think. A steady voice can say, my words deserve to be heard.
You're not pretending to be fearless. You're just giving confidence somewhere to land.
And sometimes that physical change, the breath, the pace, it teaches your brain before your brain teaches it. The body opens the door.
And now, the practical part, because you've been very patient and we promised you something real. 5 steps, the 5E confidence system.
This is what you do when confidence actually drops in a real moment. Not a meditation, not a speech, an actual system.
E number 1, expose. Go towards the small, uncomfortable thing, not the mountain. 1 stone, 1 conversation, 1 message, 1 question you keep avoiding. Start there.
E number 2, evidence. After you take the step, write 1 sentence. Today I did the thing I was nervous about. Your brain remembers mistakes loudly. You have to collect proof on purpose.
E number 3, edit. Change your language. Not, sorry, this might be stupid. Just, I have a question. Not, I just think maybe. Just, I think. Clean language is confident language.
E number 4, embody. Let confidence enter your body before you need it in your words. Both feet on the floor, 1 breath, shoulders back, not in a performance way, just in a I'm here way.
And E number 5, exit. Exit the mental loop. When the replay starts, ask, what's the lesson? What's the next step? Don't let your brain open the midnight cinema. Change the question.
5 steps. You don't need all 5 every time. Sometimes just 1.
Sometimes just the breath. Sometimes just the yet. Sometimes just the 1 sentence note to yourself. I showed up today.
And that note matters more than you know.
Before we wrap, can I say something directly to you?
Go ahead.
If this has been useful, if even one thing we said today landed for you, please hit like. Not because we need the number, but because it tells YouTube to put this in front of someone else who needs it. Someone out there is 1 conversation away from a confidence shift. Your like might be what gets this to them.
And if you have a friend who's learning English and keeps saying, I know it, but I can't speak it, share this with them. That one share might be the most genuinely useful thing you do today.
We mean that. All right, let's land this.
Confidence is not a feeling you wait for. It's a record you build with small actions, honest language, and 1 step at a time.
Add yet to the sentences that feel like verdicts. Ask, what's the lesson, instead of, why am I like this? Take the breath before you speak.
Do the small thing you've been postponing. Write the sentence that proves you did it. Build the evidence.
Because one day, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you'll be mid-conversation in English and you'll realize, I'm not checking myself. I'm not calculating. I'm just talking. And that moment is everything.
And it's built from every small moment you chose to stay instead of hide.
That's the work, and you're doing it right now by being here.
We'll see you in the next one.
Go try something today. We'll be here when you get back.